Previously on Let's Play Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon.
5 points! I hit it! Dogga, did you see that shot?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mangs, and welcome to the Ageless Palace.
You're now watching Mangs and Mecha premium content. Thanks for your contribution.
Thank you so much,
we use
guys.
it to bribe more Republicans to vote against the favorite bill.
We are. That's what we do on this channel. It's 20% honesty, 80% bribe, but 100% reason to like and subscribe. Get it? That's why I made those lyrics, because I predicted that net neutrality would go away. I am psychic.
You're such a physic.
I know. I used physics. All right, chapter 12. Time for Mecha's favorite part: voice acting. The Holy Kingdom of.
I thought this was going to be another jail joke.
No, it was just an old joke. The Holy Kingdom of Arcanaya had come. I always said Arcanaya, but apparently it's Arcanea.
Yeah, Arcanea.
Arcanea. I think just Arcanaya sounds better. Had come into being 6 centuries early. Just popped into being.
That's what holy things do. They just started existing, and everyone believes you. That's the best part.
Let there be continent. Wing.
Let there be DLC. Why is it not working?
That's just Nintendo.
Let there be net neutrality.
When the region's numerous city-states were unified under one monarch, the first king, Adra, had fought valiantly to accomplish this. Wielding 3 weapons, at once, he came to call his regalia, gifts from the gods, some said. The kingdom...
Well, you guys with 1 weapon? Casuals.
I'm gonna find a
Altea can only do 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna Photoshop in like a king that wields all 3 regalia at once. It's gonna be great. The kingdom Adra Forge was pronounced holy. Its kings were esteemed. With Arcanea's aid, 6 more independent kingdoms sprang up in their own time. But Arcanea was always the greatest. It's so good, you wouldn't believe how good it is. It's so much better than all the other kingdoms. And now, Marth was about to take his walk through its historical palace halls.
Oh, his first walk. Oh,
just a casual stroll through the palace. Like here we see the prisoners who are in jail for being bad. Here,
what prisoners? I don't see any prisoners.
They're not here yet. They will soon. Treasury with a lot of treasure. We got this annoying.
I don't see any treasure.
Mecha, I hate the sniper.
Me too.
The sniper's the worst. Like
I would be okay with him, but the place is so clogged up that you can never really get a good shot at him.
Yeah, and he's positioned in such a way that you can't surround him because you open the door and it's like only one of my guys can attack him, and you also have to spend a turn opening the door. So there's a thief stuck here on the other side, or a guy with a key stuck, so you can't attack him from range. He's like, this guy is like placed in the best position possible a sniper could ever be placed in. He's so smart, really. This is the true 313 archer, if you think about it, or at least his brother. And then we got
it's good map design.
Yeah, actually it is. Volsin. Yeah, Volsin's right here. He looks very mean. And this boss, for whatever reason, just has a mini boss. Literally Heimler right here.
He even has a mustache.
He even has a mustache. And this guy was actually present in both Fire Emblem 1 and Fire Emblem 3. So it's not like a thing they just added in. I don't know why he's here. They just... we need another generic paladin boss, so just place him here. Okay,
I mean,
fine.
they're in the palace, so I guess they just needed an extra guard for it to make it seem important.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, boom.
Wow, how'd you do that?
I don't know. It's power of
just make it, get it into existence or somehow.
I just let there be battle preps, and it just whee, it just happened, just like the King of Arcanaya. So we get another warp staff in this chapter, very generously. So we've decided that we're gonna use 2 warp pieces at the start just to get the boots and kill the guy.
Oops.
We're gonna get the boobs, which increases our movement for some reason. That's how it works.
I know some people start moving faster when they start seeing boobs, so there is that.
I'm definitely one of those. Bishop, what do you make of this? I hear shouting in the corridors. Princess Nina must have returned with an army in tow. An army? Really? Then we're saved. Saved, perhaps, or doomed. Surely the enemy realizes we are more trouble to them alive than dead now. You do not take my meaning, Bishop. By we, I mean Arcanea. Arcanea is saved. If Princess Nina has truly come to chase the enemy out from our halls to free us, then my death will have meaning. Ho ho, I admire your spirit. Ho ho, see Hector. I admire your spirit, child, I always have. But think of how Astra would grieve if you were to die. I had hoped to see him one last time, to say goodbye. That alone I regret. Ah, but you have not died yet, Media. Hang on to hope. And there are other guys in the cell as well. Okay, so Mecha, let's take a look at the Suck Squad. Man, so I have this theory that they're actually in jail for being bad units. They were originally part of the army, and then we're like, no, you know what? You go to jail because you suck. So let's start with maybe.
So what's Boa doing in there then?
Okay, he's just, I don't know. He was the one who warped them in. I don't know.
That's not how a warp works. I'm beginning to think this is why you use warp the way you do. You don't really get how it works.
Hey, you and Dun Dun used to warp people into jail cells all the time in your 0% growth strat. You even made jokes out of it. And I know, like, because that Let's Play is fresh in my mind. Your Shadow Dragon LP, you used to warp people into prisons all the time. You made jokes about it. Because you used to recruit Sane and stuff. Anyway. Alright, let's talk about...
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Now he gets it.
But that was more like, I'm here to rescue you kind of thing.
I know, I just felt like pointing it out. So let's talk about the Suck Squad. We're not going to spend much time on these guys because they're all really bad, but let's talk about the two
You're
units.
also not going to spend much time on the map, apparently.
Nah. So here's Media. Media is, aside from being, I really like her design, I just gotta point out, one of my favorite female paladin designs in Fire Emblem, actually. I love her cipher art. I think Media is, like, really cool design character. She's, like, female done right. I love it. And I think that Media herself, though, she's not really that impressive. She has around the same base stats as Jagan, only that she comes like 11 chapters later, and her weapon ranks are also pretty shit. C lances, D swords. Like, and to make up for this, the developers were like, let's give her the growth rates of like a non-promoted unit. And she does have that. Like, her growth rates are good, but that just doesn't really end up being very useful on a level 1 paladin. So while you do need her to recruit a hero that joins later, I don't find Media all that impressive. She reminds me a little bit of Isadora. I know you're gonna get angry now because you love Isadora, but like, she's just a paladin that just is not very impressive. So I rate her 2 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, she's much worse than Isadora. I wouldn't say her growths are good. Like, she has a 50% speed growth, and the importance about ends there, like 30% strength, 20% defense, that's bad. And her weapon ranks, I mean, they could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
D swords gives her Armor Slayer, I think, and C lances gives her the Rider's Bane, so she could theoretically do something with that.
That's true.
And that's why she's better than like a 1-star, but that's kind of about it, because there's kind of no reason to use her. Like, if she came a lot earlier, then at least you could say, I can get promoted utility out of a unit without having to use the Master Seal, but at this point we get so many units that have better stats, better ranks, and don't need the Master Seal that she's just kind of pointless, so 2 stars.
Yeah, I think that, let's say that Media was the Jagan of this game, that she joined in place of Jagan. Do you think she would have been a 5-star unit?
I mean, maybe not 5 because she cannot use the Silver Lance.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm
3 or
thinking
4,
too.
maybe.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, yeah, that's Media. And the other guy who's worth something, it's Boa. So, Boa, what can we say about Boa? He's basically like Wendell Light.
That's a funny name.
He has a funny name and a very funny portrait too. I don't know, I think he looks so out of place.
Yeah, I think his old portrait was the exact same one as Wendell.
Yeah, it was Wendell with like mirrored 180 degrees, so he like looked the other way, I think. The first Fire Emblem game did this a lot, by the way. They just took a portrait and they just mirrored it. I think it's how they save space on the cartridge. That's really funny. But yeah, Boa, he's basically Wendell, but with worse bases and worse quotes. Of course, he comes with the same weapon ranks as Wendell. C rank staves. Actually, yeah, no, Wendell comes with D, doesn't he?
Yeah, Wendell needs a bit of rank and then reclass the bishop, because Wendell is a sage while Boa is a bishop.
Yeah, so Boa can actually warp from the get-go, which automatically makes him pretty good. And B rank in tomes is also nice. You can use Excalibur if you need him to. If you don't, like, I only have 1 use left of that tome, but if you're not me, then you might find some use for Boa. So I rate Boa 3 out of 5 stars, because he's essentially Wendell, just a little bit worse, but he does the same things that Wendell does. He's just not as fast as Wendell, so he doesn't double as often, but still, he's a 3-star unit.
Yeah. Free warp is really nice. Just keep him off the drugs, and he'll be pretty good.
Yeah, don't give him spirit dust.
Yeah,
he has some,
he has some
problems with that.
Yeah, he needs some energy drops up his nose. But you know, the funny thing about Boa is if you're doing like an actual speedrun, not LTC, but actually trying to complete in the least possible amount of time, you want to use Boa to warp instead of Lina because he gets less EXP, so he level.
Mecha, you said that you need him to warp because, and then you cut off. Can you repeat that?
Oh. Yeah, okay, so you want him to warp instead of Lina because he gains less EXP per warp. So he levels up less often, that wastes less time.
Ah, that's interesting. I got what you said on tape, so you don't need to repeat it, but I think I missed out on your star ranking.
3 stars.
3 stars. Alright, cool. Alright, then we have units that we're just gonna brush over really quickly. So yeah, Thomas, what's the point of this unit? He's like joins after George. I think I actually, you know, went and did a little research on him because I was like, is there any use for this guy? And the only thing I found was that in the end game, if you train him up to a sniper, he does actually have higher stats than George and Gordon on average. So if you like training units, then Thomas is your go-to guy. But there's really no point. He gets like, I don't know, a couple extra points of strength and speed. He has like a pretty decent 50% speed growth. But aside from that, there's really nothing to say about this guy. I mean, an archer that joins after a sniper. Has that ever happened before in a Fire Emblem game?
I mean, I could think of a mage that joined after a sage, but
Yeah.
after a sniper, not really.
So yeah, one star.
Yeah, I think the reason Thomas and units like him exist is because this game was originally designed with permadeath in mind, so that if you had like Gordon died, and you would still have an archer or something. But Thomas, like either way, Thomas is just so bad. 7 strength and 5 speed is so awful. I think his only redeeming quality is that like you can do the Athena thing with him, where you promote him almost instantly, just give him 2 levels, which is already going to be a pain in the ass. So then you sort of have an acceptable sniper, but
yeah, I'm gonna do some calculations post-production to see if you level him up to level 10 and then promote him, will he have higher stats than George? But even if that's still a master seal that you're gonna waste those. That's awful.
Yeah, 1 star for sure.
But I think but I think it needs to be said though. The way Kaga intended you to play Fire Emblem, he's even said this in an interview. I don't think a lot of people are aware of this. Is that the first unit that joins are the best ones, and the reason why the later units are worse is because they're supposed to be replacement units. So your punishment for losing those units is that you get worse units, and the reward for not losing them is that you get to keep the good units. That's why people always think it's weird that the good units are the ones that join first in the Arcanea games. This is because you're supposed to try and keep them alive, and if you fail to do that, you can use Thomas instead of Gordon. And he's in the older games, he's just a worse version of Gordon. Here, they bumped him up a little bit in the growth rate department because they have a little bit of like newer way of thinking about Fire Emblem. But yeah, again, he sucks. Alright, time to talk about the Bold Brothers. One night!
Why are you even using Wallace as an example? You could have used Dolph or Macallan all along.
So yeah, Dolph and Macallan, we're just gonna do them together because honestly, there's no point in rating them because they're basically the same unit. If you really want to know who's better, then Dolph is slightly better because he has 1 extra level and higher growth rates. Because Macallan's just worse. Yeah, and Seen Rances. But they're basically both 1-star units. I mean, do I even have to specify why? I mean, they're armor knights, and they join at this point in the game, which is like halfway, and their growths and bases are worse than Draug, so why would you use them? I actually wanted to use them in my Fire Emblem 3 LP because I just thought their portraits were absolutely fucking amazing. I think their old school portraits are some of the funniest portraits. They have like the tooth sticking out.
Oh yeah,
it's so good. I love their old school artwork, but yeah, now they even lost that. They don't even have their tooth anymore, so they don't look retarded. So there's no point in using them now. Yep.
Retards only. Sorry, guys.
Oh shit! What did I do? What the hell? What? Changed that. There. Oh shit! What the? Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Bling blong, bling blong, bling blong, bling. Cool. I didn't know that. All right. Anyway, do you have anything to add on these 2 Bold Brothers?
Just like Draug, the funniest thing is that in order for them to have the speed base that they have as an armor knight, they need to have like a ridiculous absolute base speed. So if you reclass them, they look kind of fast for their level, but they're still really bad, and their weapon ranks will turn into shit. So 1 star. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Also, they can die.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I remember you and Don when you did your 0% growth Let's Play. They said that this archer spawns with 10 strength or something, he 1-rounds them. So we pretty much have to decide which one of them dies. So, or both of them, I guess. But first, we didn't actually use our stat boosters. Pling, plong, pling, plong, pling, plong. It's the new pling, plong. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Banks has a new toy, guys.
I have a new toy. There we go.
Remix.
Okay, so the first thing we'll do, we're gonna use some Warpa.
Oh, we're actually doing it.
Yeah, I told you we were gonna do it. But what I was asking you before Discord, before net neutrality fucked up our LP again, was we have an energy drop and a spirit dusts. Do you have any? Oh shit! Do you have any inkling of who we should use that on?
I like energy drop on people at double, of course, but
yeah.
I think just to give it to Sita, but Sita, whenever she attacks, she tends to just one-hit KO with the wind spear.
Yeah.
So maybe she's not the best candidate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
But, like, who else is doubling though?
No one really. Also, we're gonna have to use the glue factor, sadly. But there we go.
Uh-huh.
Eh.
And this, what is the other thing? Spirit dust?
Yeah,
I mean,
cocaine.
it's got to be Merrick or Wendell.
Or not Boa. Yeah, I guess.
All right, he's stored of dust, not energy drops, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm so used to magic and strength being the same stat.
Yeah, it's weird. All right, so I think, do we warp Abel down with the spectacular?
To kill the other guy?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's the best way to get. It's also very convenient because he's placed
It's also
right
the
here.
only way Cena survives, so there's that.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. There we go. All right, Abel, go down. Go help the lady. Go white knight the lady. Milady.
Literally a knight.
Tips javelin.
I mean, and you can use the Master Seal on him.
I can. This is not a bad idea, actually.
And you have a paladin.
That
You
would
have
be-
some resistance, and you can kill the mages.
Yeah, we don't have any paladins, do we, on our team?
Not anymore, no. We reclassed Jagan. We have Medea.
This is true. This is true. All right, I'm just gonna start chipping these guys with Jagan. Don't want to kill them though, but I think like any thief, they don't attack, do they?
No, they just won't go for chests, I guess.
Think they go for chests. That's what they've been ordered to do. They're still following orders from that boss.
You know, the chapter 6 boss?
Yeah.
Probably. You put him in range of both. Why is he in that weird position? First?
Only one.
Yeah, but yeah. Couldn't he take a hit from both?
He could, but I forgot to field him closer, so
That's the point.
it's okay. I'll just chip in with Minerva. She needs to work on her.
She also has a hammer, though.
She does, but why do I need to kill him with Minerva when I can chip?
I mean, don't you want to hurry up and save the prisoners?
Okay, fine. Guess we need to hurry. We need to sacrifice some of them, though. we need to.
I mean, what I usually do is I put the knights near the archers so they survive, I think.
I think so. Yeah, we can try.
Depends. You can try, or you can, math, but that would be hard. And I usually put Boa in range of the mage because he has good resistance.
Yeah, we can put Boa here and
Yeah,
then
because Medea and Thomas are pretty frail.
But if I put Michael on here, he's going to die because this guy's gonna attack and this guy's gonna run like this.
I think usually when I do that formation, they don't do that for some reason.
Maybe because this guy attacks first.
Yeah, also
But then this guy will attack first, and then this.
has lower defense.
But anyway, who cares about Michael? That's
I
what I
just
want.
like saving units, man.
Yeah, I mean, if they survive, then sure. But I'm not gonna restart over them. I don't see any point. Yeah, look at that. And
Well,
yeah, I think
goodbye.
this is what we meant with this is
Yeah,
this is why
this is
our
what happens when you power creep.
yeah. So yeah, they're very defensive. Good defense on these guys. Gets one rounded by an archer. That's how you know they're good armor knights. Da 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 da. Oh, what the? Oh, right, she had a hammer. I thought I thought she wasn't supposed to have it. Fuck. Oh well. We lose you again, Mecha?
We don't need the battle.
All right, we are back for the millionth time. Discord and net neutrality just fucks us over with no end tonight. So it's a shame, Mecha, because it was an amazing turn that you missed out on. Boa dodged,
Yeah.
and then Abel and then
Wow.
Abel crit. Not that the crit mattered, but just I thought it was funny. So
It was spectacular.
it was spectacular. All right, anyway, it's time for Sheeta to use the master key and warp the boots to Marth. So I didn't even.
Plays.
Yeah, no. So I haven't even asked you about this, but Marth totally gets the boots, right?
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to make like a 12-move flyer or something, that's also pretty funny.
That is actually kind of cool.
But it's better in games like FE8 where you just fly him out and kill like a million things. But in this game, you don't really want to move ahead of the pack all that much. So maybe Marth is better. But at
Yeah.
the same time, the tempo you are playing at, like, well, how good is it going to be to have Marth move faster?
That is a
How
good
about-
point.
How about instead you give him to Barst or Setgar, and then you have a very mobile and very strong unit.
That is a good point. It's just there are. Oh, nice one. Good level up. Good level up. Wow, that's a lot of messages.
All the
at once.
pop-ups, yeah.
All the pop-ups, man. It's like we're on a free-to-play gaming site. Or- yeah, I mean, it's all of these are good arguments. Like Bars would be great because he'd be in range to do things. Sedgar is the one who moves ahead of the pack.
Yeah, my vote is for Setgar, actually.
So you're probably right. Yeah, you know what? I agree with that statement. Let's
Like,
skip.
normally, like, boots on general is like what most new players do to
Yeah,
Fire Emblem.
'cause they're like,
I
"There's-"
want all my guys to have the same move. Like,
Yeah, I
they're
think-
like they're all like fucking communists.
Communist
Dude,
joke.
I don't know.
Communist
like,
jokes are like my
because you were
Achilles heel.
around like 2011 or whatever, but back then everyone was like
Yeah.
arguing that everyone deserved equal resources or whatever. So
Yeah,
whoever
but-
needs it most gets it. So I know people were calling that communist emblem.
I think that, if I remember correctly, I think a house gives you the advice. Like, you should give a boots to... I think it was one of the Game Facts guide, not the one you wrote, but a very popular Game Facts guide that a lot of people used back in the day. The guy literally recommended... I remember reading that, and I was like, wow, that's so smart. Give a boots to generals. Yes, that's like so...
It solves their only weakness. Like,
Yeah.
the goal is to make units without weaknesses.
Yeah.
Then they kind of ignore that you're not really solving a weakness by giving +2 in a stat. Like, for boots, sure, it makes generals have pretty good movement.
Yeah.
Or giving, like, a Draco Shield to a mage with 1 defense doesn't make them tanky all of a sudden.
Yeah, I just remember reading that and going like, wow, that's such a good idea. I need to train Wallace now so I can give him boots.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the armory. It sells good stuff, but we don't have money, so... I don't
Yeah,
think
you
there's
get
any...
an armor slayer this chapter, so you don't really need any of this.
No, not really. Alright, I'm just gonna put Abel here then. So, I think Dolph will die. I don't think there's any way around it. Thomas...
There's a way around it, it just involves Thomas dying.
I think it involves both of them dying, to be fair. Actually,
probably.
Boa can survive another turn because he dodged, so we might be able to keep these guys alive at the very least.
It gets to it killed, right?
He gets to it KO'd, but he dodged the
Yeah.
first one, so he can survive one more turn, so he's
Yeah.
fine. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm never gonna use these guys anyway, so... I'm actually wondering... Or Game Mate Pro, doesn't he? Does this count as a Mang's Spell counter?
No.
No, it doesn't, does it? It's not
I
me,
mean,
it's me just
I
deliberate.
guess technically the fail is not resetting for the archer stats to be worse, but honestly, I can't really blame anyone for letting any of these guys die.
I mean, I certainly could have rescued them if I... Oh my god!
Boa's so high right now.
He just snorted all the spirit dust in that cell, and he's like, "Yeah, boy!" He just jumps around like a lunatic.
Bowie is a different mage.
Boa, I said, did I say Bowie?
Yeah, he said, yeah, boy.
Bowie! Boa! Like, Boa! I'm trying to say Bowie, but Boa, but it doesn't work, because you go down instead of up, so it's like, Boa! Boy! It just doesn't work. Doesn't really... Try to say it. Boa! No, it doesn't work. Oh my god, that's weird. We found a weird thing about Boa's name. Oh my god. Alright.
Boa. I was reminded of it.
Alright, but then we have 2 extra turns, so this is great. I should probably stop.
This is the worst.
I should probably stop killing things with Sedgar. Anyway, so we got this guy. I'm just gonna kill him with Burst, I think. This guy's like conveniently placed in range of the pillar. I like this guy. He's like very nice. He's like, there's a pillar you can go... Oh, never mind. I don't have the movement for the pillar. Fuck it. Oh well. Good time to break the hammer, I guess. This map has very few enemies. Holy shit. Look at this map. Oh, did we lose Mecha again? No, we lost Mecha. No. Mecha.